Hey guys, and welcome back to Building with Whip. Today we are starting out, I cannot make that landing. Not a good start to this episode so far. But so far, we have built up the whole front. There's some zombies around me. We built up the whole front of this guy right here in our ice spikes biome in the last episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm having a whole bunch of fun building up this guy. And since last time, I've done quite a few texture pack changes. One, remember I mentioned how I wanted to get connected textures in our glass panes. I realized that Optifine literally does that by default in vanilla glass panes. So I literally just removed them from our texture pack and they went back to the ones that are built into the basic Minecraft itself. And it works. We got connected glass textures, so that's really, really cool. We got that going on. I did a lot of other texture pack changes that we can't actually really see in here. Mostly just things like adding slight bits of variation in color, like brightness, darkness, a little bit more contrast, less contrast, just different objects around so we can get it just so it doesn't look so bland. None of these blocks in here we really changed, but this is our general layout so far of the new build. And I wanted to start from way up there. Let's see if we can make this landing again. Let's do this around. Oh, it can't even take off. Okay, let's try this. Let's get up here. Also, big thing, I've been messing around with video settings. I've been doing a lot of work outside of it because I've been really, really interested in getting this stuff going here. But I've been too ahead on videos, so I was like, you know what, we need to take a break for a little while. Let's focus on actually improving the content itself instead of just getting more of it out there. We're gonna take a lot of damage right here. Yep, we are good. Do we got some food? We do got some food. As you can see, really? Come on, man. All right, well, I hope you guys don't have a fear of heights. So this is our new spot that this is where I keep taking peeps from to see what's going on around us. This is the general layout of the build. We got 3 little points that jet out on each side. Then it's gonna be a straight wall right here and straight wall right here. We'll get some cool roofs hanging off of those little guys. And this roof is basically gonna continue going all the way back and having a similar on the back side there to what we have on the front. And then right up here in the middle of it, we're actually going to have like another raised up portion that comes up a little bit higher just to mix up the roof a bit. I think that's the plan, and that's what I'm kind of envisioning right now. But this is kind of the base right here today. And what I want to do in today's episode is actually get that side right there built up so we can get some cool texturing and everything going on here. It's going to be a lot of different stuff. And we might do it through the same style we did last time, through kind of building one together, then doing a bit of replay mod action to get that in here. But of course it's nighttime and I don't have a bed on me, so let's go run over here and sleep. But then we can get to doing some building today. All right, so here we are. We got a little bit of a difficulty here in how we're going to be building it. And I'm thinking there's actually going to have to be a lot of terraforming done, kind of bringing that area down. Because I did have a design idea I wanted to go with, but it didn't really account for these being hills here. Because what I want is the floor to be at that level with the stair, or the door right there, not a stair. But I want that to be kind of stretching out across this whole thing so we get a really big, even area that we can do a lot of detailing, messing with the floor and everything. Then these areas over here were intended to have these really, really big, large windows. Kind of this one, like we started up right here. And I believe this one, 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's 3 right there. So we want to have that guy coming up to here, pretty much, which was going to bring all these up like that. And you can see the height kind of gives us a bit of an issue though, because we want to do them starting at that height. That means this window right here would start right here and here for our big middle one. If you guys didn't notice, this is 3 wide and that middle one's 5 wide. Yes, 5 wide. I almost thought it was 7 for a second, but it's 5 wide. So we got that guy right there too. And you can see like it gives us a decent amount of space to be working with here, but not that much, to be honest. So we want to bring that up. What? 1, 2, 3. I think this one we want to bring up 1 higher. But like you can see right there, that looks really, really cool right in this area. But way over here, we got a bit of an issue because that window would be ending. Let's see. Be starting basically right there. I think it would end literally right up there. That's a great window, wouldn't you say? That's pretty awesome. I love that window. It's got a great view. Look at that. Wow, we did such a good job here. And that's actually up one too high anyways. Yeah, no, that's up one. Is it? I don't know. Is it? I think so. No. No. I think these are down one too low, actually. Yeah. No, I had a design and I wanted to have them all kind of starting up pretty high because I want to do these little designs on the outside of the structure. That's what it was. Okay, we got ender pearls. We do. Just get me up on here. Thank you. And yeah, we're going to be bringing all this stuff here. Let me get this guy figured out a little bit so I can come back to you guys with some more stuff done and we can kind of figure out where we're going with this whole thing. So I think now is a pretty good time to bring you guys back in. So I got the white terracotta pretty much placed all along here so you can see basically how it's going to be looking just the size wise without any of the detail bits on it, and you can see it really dwarfs this whole structure. So I don't think this episode we're going to do any of the terraforming for this guy, but I'm going to be real curious to hear what you guys have to say about whether we do the terraforming or not in here. So I want to, on this one right over here, do a little bit of the detail work that I had planned for these lower bits and just kind of show it to you guys. So what I want to do is bring in some packed ice right there, some quartz slabs down in that bit, and then come in here with the quartz stairs and do these, kind of make these little like angel-ish statue looking things almost, like that. And granted, these pillars are going to go all the way up, but then we can do that there, and like this. Can we please? Thank you. And then right over here as well. And then back here in these back corners, just to have something so it's not totally flat, I've been thinking we go ahead and do something like that, just to get something in there. And then to bring in our end rods like we've been using everywhere else, which I'm pretty pumped about. Oh, one thing that was recently released on Twitter from Joppa, the guy doing the new textures, he's changing that purple base there to stone, which is going to be so nice, making end rods way more usable. But yeah, so I want to do that little thing. It looks kind of weird right now without the pillar blocks on it, so let's go ahead and stack these pillars going all the way up. And what I want to do is stack it up to right about there on both corners, and you can see what kind of happens to the shape of this guy now. So we got this cool little like statue type thing right in there, just adding a bit of design, and I really like how they turned out. But now, so we could do that one, we could squeeze one right in here, but up on this guy, we wouldn't be able to do it just because it would basically be hidden under dirt, unless we want to somehow like comb just this area back right in here so you can kind of see it. I don't know, something like that potentially. Like this, so you can just see the top of it, and we kind of make it so the window is still usable, so it kind of has this little viewing point where the sun is able to come in at certain times of day, but not all the time. Could be kind of cool, and same with doing that back in here. So we might be able to get away with doing something like that. But so that's what I want to do for that side one. Then here for the middle one, just to make it a little bit more interesting because we have a larger space to be working with here, let me just get these things down on the bar that we need. Gonna go ahead and do another slab like that on the sides, and then stairs coming in. Nope, that's one too high. Right here to lift our little statue off the ground, just something like that, where we can then bring this guy over here like this, bam, and then bring him up there. And then do we have full quartz blocks? We do. Perfect. So I want to do something like this in order to bring it all the way up to the top, and we can bring this quartz pillar wall up here to begin with. Also, you can kind of see this cool wing shape it's making here. I know these elves are frozen, but I keep wanting to design them with cool wings and things like that. I don't know, like, I know the idea is to have like this frozen elven area that was like once alive and like lush and lifelike, but then all the trees are frozen over, which I think is going to be really fun to play on with different things. But it's kind of hard to see this guy right in here just because it's so hidden. I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut this back just for now. I'll probably come back in here and replace them. Can we do something like this? And bam, cool. Yeah, so that's kind of the main idea for these corner bits that I was thinking about. And then of course throwing our end rods right here on the sides. So I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say as far as, do we keep this type of stuff going, or do we want to, like, do we clear cut it all the way back across there, smooth it all the way down so it's really flat? Sorry, zombie. God, There's a freaking cave under here and it keeps scaring me. But so do we clear this cut all the way back across there, or do we kind of keep this and just have the designs kind of fade on the mountain, or put them in there kind of sticking out so it looks like the snow came down and actually like overran the area? That might be kind of cool if we're trying to make it look like this was once a powerful area, then something sticking out of the snow would really make sense that they're now covered. So I'm going to go ahead and get the front on this guy. I'll get all the windows in place in here just so we can have them in there. And I'll finish up the roof for this guy. And probably what I want to do is just take that white concrete and bring it all the way straight across there just so we can have a backdrop to be working with. Because I got some cool designs. So we're going to use cyan concrete to bring out the wall or the roofing right along the top of these guys. And then we'll do some quartz designs across the back of them just kind of to connect them in with the main build. So here's the finished product of one of these little guys. Just kind of so you guys can see the whole picture before I go ahead and do the rest of them. But you can see here, we're trying to just use this cyan concrete. I keep wanting to call it wool for some reason. But we're using cyan concrete right there, bringing the roof out just a little bit. Every once in a while, get like pretty natural steep to it. And then giving that cool sticky outy bit there at the top. Here in the middle, though, we are going ahead and placing some stairs right underneath just to give that extra bits of detail. And right back here, you can see that in preparation for what I want to do next, we're bringing that pillar all the way up there. Alright, so here we go. We got the whole white concrete wall in place, and I brought the cyan concrete all the way across for that lower edge lip on the roof. And now in this little clip right here, I want to bring you guys in as we make the little ornamental design thing on the back of that guy. So we can grab our ender pearl, throw ourselves up there, and grab out all of our quartz. We should have enough here. I'm hoping this is enough. So pretty much I brought these pillars up so they stick out just above the area. And I want to come in and start building something. Nope, not right there. Just some little, like, pretty much layering over it and giving a cool little bit of detail. Right here, though, I want to use a stair. So there's that little gap of air right there. Just to add some little extra bits of detail right there. You come up here, make this, round this off just slightly. And grab our slab and go right there. So this right here presents an issue. Because my original plan, I'll put a packed ice in here just for now, was to use a sea lantern right there. So one, it would look cool, and two, we would get our own light source on top of the roof to prevent mob spawning. But we don't quite have those yet. And I hate saying it, but that's been a really common thing with this build, because I really want to be using sea lanterns here, but we just don't quite have them yet. So we can come back over here and do this. Alright, so also, my mouse has been like freaking out like crazy in these past few episodes, I've noticed. Just from kind of checking them out, watching them and whatnot, and doing editing. I've been noticing it like spinning like crazy. Is that just me? Am I going crazy, or are you guys noticing that too? Because like sometimes it just like throttles and super spins. I don't know what the heck's going on with it, but I think it might be my mouse pad. I have like a firm, like stiff mouse pad, and I think it's like given up because it's really, really slick now instead of actually being like something with like a grippy surface, I guess you could call it. But yeah, it's not a very good spot to be viewing this. Right down here, you can see that right there. It gives that cool little lip to it. And I think with that sea lantern right in there, it's going to be working really, really well for us. And that helps us break up with this straight white concrete wall we got going on there. Right here, I do want to figure out some way we can get this different, like, because that transition right there is very, very rough. And I know that, like, that's something we really got to look into. But I think it's something that we can kind of take for now and get figured out as we go. Now for these last two guys, I'm thinking when we put the roofs on and everything, I'm going to do that in a time lapse just to save some time, some video time, and we can get some more content in this one. So let's get on with that, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Hey guys, for this time lapse, I wanted to address a concern that you guys had in the last video using the white terracotta. And for now, I do want to keep kind of working with it. I'm still looking for other ideas. So if you guys have ideas on what we can use to make it a bit more interesting here, as we're trying to really develop the whole sense of this thing. Granted, I'm recording this audio right here for the time lapse after we've already built all this stuff, and I'm happy to go back and change it, but I just need some ideas from you guys. So let me know down in the comments if you guys have ideas on what we can do to change up that white terracotta, still keeping this clean, pristine design that we have going on here, but also adding something a bit more interesting that would work a bit better with the palette. So let me know what you guys can come up with. Well, there we have it, guys. You can see our whole design starting to come here in together. I think we should probably get up into the air so we can take a better look at it. But it's looking really freaking cool. Let's see if we can take off. Yeah, we can take off. Okay, so you can see this whole design right in here coming in together. Right there, you can see all that stuff coming in together real. Let's go slow down here just a little bit so we can glide on in. You can see that whole design coming in together, which I probably said like 8 times now. Whoop. Okay, get rid of this guy. You're not supposed to be there. But I really like how these little orb holders turned out almost, where there's the end rods holding up that icy block right there. The packed ice, I think it's really cool. It gives off a lot of light, and once we get those to be sea lanterns instead, I think it's going to be pretty cool. I was running low on resources though, so we couldn't do quite as much as we probably wanted, but I think this whole side is pretty much finished up. Before next episode though, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side just so we're not doing the same thing twice. Just because you guys can see here on the interior, we got a lot of work that we need to get going on here, but that right there, we got to figure out ways on smoothing that out. If you guys have any ideas on what I can use to smooth that stuff out right there, that would be very helpful, because I'm kind of at a loss. Like, I really don't know. So I'm trying to think about how to smooth those layers out right there, but it almost looks like vanilla and like chocolate ice cream or something like that. We just need to get some like pinky stuff at the top there, and we can get some cool stuff going on. Get some nice cosmopolitan ice cream. Sorry if you're hearing jets going by in the background. It's there's a big holiday this weekend where I live, and they are coming out here for the Blue Angels. Do a big show here. If you guys are in the US and know the Blue Angels, it's a bunch of fighter jets that fly around real fast, do a cool air show and whatnot. So they are performing here this weekend, so they're doing a bunch of practice runs this week. So really hoping that that doesn't interfere too much with the episodes. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We got a lot of progress done today, guys, and I am very happy with it. As always, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button if you are really loving it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking about this series, especially on those ideas on what to do for the terraforming, as well as what to do to kind of integrate this whole thing in together. And in the meantime, I need to figure out how we can get a lot more concrete. A lot more concrete. Like a lot more concrete. But anyways, guys, I will see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, night, or whatever. And I will see you guys in the next episode.